The evening my wife told me she needed a break from our marriage, the world seemed to pause around me. We were sitting in the quiet of our living room, and her words felt heavier than the silence that followed. She didn't sound angry or upset, just tired. She said she needed time to think about her life, about us, and about what she truly wanted. I didn't know what to say. All I could do was nod, even though inside I felt like everything we had built together was slowly slipping away. The next morning, she packed a small suitcase and left. The house suddenly felt too big and too empty. Every corner reminded me of her. The coffee mug she used every morning, the blanket she always kept on the couch, even the quiet laughter that once filled the rooms. I tried to keep myself busy with work, but the loneliness followed me everywhere. Nights were the hardest because that was when my thoughts refused to stay quiet. As the days passed, I began to reflect on our marriage. I realized how many small things I had taken for granted. Our late-night talks, the way she would check if I had eaten, and the comfort of simply knowing she was there. I started to understand that love isn't just about big moments. It's also about the little efforts we make every day. Without her around, I finally saw the mistakes I had ignored before. 3 weeks later, on a quiet Sunday afternoon, I heard a knock on the door. When I opened it, she was standing there. For a moment, neither of us spoke. She looked different, not in appearance, but in the calmness of her expression. She walked inside slowly, looking around the house as if she was seeing it after a long time. Then she turned to me and said she had spent the past 3 weeks thinking about everything, our arguments, our memories, and the life we had built together. She admitted that leaving had not been easy, but it gave her the space she needed to understand her feelings. She said she realized that our marriage was not perfect, but it was worth fighting for if both of us were willing to change and grow. Her words felt like a light breaking through a long storm. I told her that the time apart had opened my eyes too. I apologized for the moments when I had been distant and careless. That day we didn't promise that everything would suddenly become perfect, but we promised something more important, that we would listen to each other, support each other, and try again. From that moment, our story didn't restart as a perfect fairy tale, but as something more real. We began rebuilding our relationship step by step, with patience and honesty. Sometimes a break doesn't mean the end of love. Sometimes it simply gives two people the chance to realize how much their hearts still belong together.